When I was 14, I had a train ran on me by three senior boys in high school. I was 14, one was 17, another was 17, and one was 16 years old. When I was 14, I got bullied a lot, so I didn't have any friends in school, and my home life was no better than my school life. I was the black sheep of my family, and I was severely mistreated in my home, and I was left out, neglected, and bullied in school. I walked to school every day by myself with my headphones in, listening to my music, and I walked home every day by myself. I never bothered anyone, I never talked to anyone. I was a very shy child. These boys were extremely handsome and very popular in school, and they also happened to have to walk every day to school, to and from. And one day, they decided to start speaking to little old me. Now you have to understand my perspective at this time. I was a nobody and nothing, both in school and in my home life. Nobody gave a damn about me. To the point teachers had to bring food to school, groceries for me at one point in time. And all of a sudden, the popular boys were coming up to me and talking to me while we were walking home to school together. Not only were they popular, they were attractive. All the girls wanted them. They were in ROTC, they played sports, they were light skinned, they had the curly hair, the best fits, the flyest Jordans, and they were talking to me with my raggedy clothes, with my hand me downs, with my hot waters, with my hair all over my head.
Typical, right? Typical story. You've probably heard about this type of story before, and it all goes back to this is exactly why you stay in your children's lives. This is why you give your children words of affirmation. This is exactly why you want to make sure your children are loved because it's not just the girls, right? Even though females are, you feel like you have to protect them more than the boys, but also guys too, the boys too. As they're growing up, if they're not getting the love and attention that they desperately and you know so um I was gonna say desperately need and want, right? Maybe desperate is not the word, but they need it, right? It helps build them up because if they're not getting that from home, from their mom and their dad, guardians, whoever's the caretakers of them children, if they're not getting this from home, and then they're also on top of not getting it from home, getting bullied in school, don't have the tough skin, or don't have the the wisecracking remarks back, like somebody bullying you, you say something back about them, you crack on them too, even if you right are not the most popular child, right? You know how to defend yourself. Not every child is gonna know how to defend themselves in those situations because everybody's different. And if you're not getting taught these lessons at home, okay, I love you, I care about you. Don't let anybody tell you you are not better than or you are not worth something, right? If someone puts their hands on you, you defend yourself. If someone says something about you, you defend yourself. Or yeah, you say something back to them, right? This is you treat others how you want to be treated, but also you give them the same respect they give you. Understand what I'm saying? If they're not taught these lessons growing up and it's not drilled into them as they're young and as they get older, that could have a negative effect on children. Not all children, but it can have a negative effect on some children. Children that are not as developed, I say personally, don't have their personality developed enough, right? So they lean on the crowd or the sheep, the people that do the following and the people that are like yes men in the school. And what tends to happen is once you get that perfect storm of not getting neglected at home, then you come to school getting bullied. It creates this perfect storm to where the child feels as though any type of attention, any person showing them any attention, good or bad, will or is positive. You see what I'm saying? Any attention, good or bad, is positive attention, right? They're not going to know how to discern good or bad. They just know that they're getting attention, and whatever they have to do, they're going to do it because they like attention. They like the feeling. They crave that attention. And how she's saying it, the guys were popular already, and that already just put her in a way to where, okay, I got these guys' attention. Now how am I going to keep their attention? You feel what I'm saying? Let's get back into it.
My head with my funky armpits. Oh shit! I was dreaming. I couldn't believe it. Like, this could finally be my chance. I could finally have some friends. I could finally be part of the popular crowd. I could finally be in. Right? They told me that I was cool. That they wanted me to come over and play games with them. So that's what I did. One day I followed them home. I walked right down the street with them to their house. And I went inside to play Call of Duty with them. I remember their home was much different from my home life. Their mom was in the kitchen cooking. Their aunts were in there. They was all chit-chatting. They offered me a plate. Their brothers and cousins were all in the room playing together. I was so amazed. I felt so welcomed. I felt so at home. I thought to myself, I never want this feeling to stop. I don't want to go back home to where I was at and get cussed out, yelled, and abused. This is amazing. I got new friends and maybe even a new family too. We played Call of Duty until the sun went down, and then his mom told me I needed to go home. As I was going home, he told me, come back. I'll sneak you in so that we can play the game some more. When it started to get dark, I obviously had to head back home. But as I was getting ready to leave, he came up to me and said, come back tonight. I'll sneak you in so we can play more of the game. 14-year-old me, oh, I don't want to play more of the game with one of the most popular boys in school. Come on now. So that's what I did. I came back. And we played the game. And then he leaned over and he touched me. And he kissed me. And he told me I was pretty. In my mind, it was like someone blew my head off. The popular boy in school just told me I was pretty and kissed me and likes me. That's what he's shit! He likes me. Fast forward, and he's got my clothes off, and we're doing the whoop-de-woo, and I'm completely vulnerable. And as we're doing it, and he turns me over and tells me to get on my hands and knees and arch my back, I hear the door crack open. I look up in shock, gasp, thinking his mom has called us and we're about to be in so much trouble, but nope. It's his brother. He never stopped stroking me as his brother walked in. I sat there in disbelief, my mind racing. Mind you,
Wow, man. Yo, wherever her pops is at, shame on you, sir. Shame on you. 2 slaps to the face. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, wrong one. Right, left. 2 slaps to the face, brother. How could you? How could you let this happen to your child, man? How could you let this happen? Right. See, this is the thing with teenagers, right? They're very impressionable, very naive. And the fact that these guys, I think she said she was a freshman, right? And they're seniors. So yeah, these guys are all this popularity, this clout. This is what happens when you get grown too. But you got all of these guys that are popular, that are giving you attention, and overwhelmingly, you don't know what to do with this attention, and you don't know how to, process this. So you ended up doing something that you're probably gonna regret, but in the moment, right? In the moment, it's always in the moment because it's a feeling type thing. It's a impulsive decision, or maybe you didn't even know what was going on. Like you were just in a trance. You feel me? Because you were so caught up in the idea of becoming popular or being somebody that you didn't care what it took. You know what I'm saying? They don't care what it takes. And that's what happens with celebrities and these groupies, right? These celebrities, they're willing to do damn near anything to get next to these men, right? And they know in their heart of hearts, well, I would perceive or I would hope that by the time they get that age that they would know that, oh yeah, there's never gonna be nothing that really, comes of us. You might get with them, you might sleep with them, but it's not going any past. It's not going nowhere past this. You're not gonna like get married and have children and live out this very fairy tale lifestyle. Feel me? It's all a ploy. It's all a play to get what they want. Now the rappers might not have to try as hard, but these guys here, right? And the fact that these guys are not even grown and they know how to manipulate and deceive already is a whole topic in itself. But they manipulate and deceive this girl into, sleeping with them. Right now, she's about to talk about, it getting to the train part, but I can already tell it's about to go bad. But let's keep it going.
I hadn't even had sex really before this. A couple of little playful things here and there, but this was really my first full time going all the way. So now I'm wondering what's going on. Why hasn't he stopped? Do I stop? Do I lay here? Do I tell him to stop? I don't really know. His brother walks in, he never stops stroking, and then he leans down and whispers in my ear, "Can my brother get a turn?" I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to do. Do I say no? Do I say yes? I mean, I should say no, right? Can your brother get a turn? I don't even know your brother, but I finally have some friends, and their family's really nice to me. I hate to mess this up. So him and his brother get a turn. But then the door cracks open again, and here comes his cousin. Ain't no fun unless we all get some, right? That's what they told to me. I'll spare you all the details of my sad sob story, but let's just say fast forward, everyone had their fun. Yes. And it's time for me to go home. And I'm confused and I'm ashamed. And I don't really have anybody I can talk to about it. I don't know what I just did, and I don't even know if I liked what I just did. Anyways, because I know this video is getting long and you guys probably don't want to hear all the details. Long story short, back then, I didn't realize that I was a victim. I didn't realize that that was a manipulation tactic. I didn't realize I was targeted. Back then, I was just ashamed. I felt like I had been a whore, a harlot. I felt disgusting. I felt like it was my fault. I felt like I should have moved smarter. And I also, in the same breath, felt like finally somebody loves me. Somebody wants me. Finally, I'm pretty enough. Finally, I'm good enough. And it was two confusing different feelings. And now that I'm older, I really understand what was going on. And I'm just making this video to spread awareness for the other girls that may have had the same thing happen to them or may have gone through similar things and were always too ashamed to bring it up or speak their truth. You were a victim.
No matter what, your children are always susceptible to some type of harm, and you can't protect them from everything. You have to let them, get out and see the world for what it is. But as long as you are giving them awareness of these type of things, like stranger danger, and if you see a stranger, you don't take anything from them, or stay close to me, don't come home after dark. People, your parents and guardians, whoever's in charge of you, whoever protects you, whoever is your authoritator, I think that's how you say it. They say these things not to, well, hopefully not to restrict you, right? It is a restriction to a point, but it's not restriction to keep you um from experiencing things, but it's restriction to keep you safe. You see what I'm saying? But at some point, you're gonna have to, let go, relinquish them into the world, and let them experience some things. And then things that they may experience may be good, some may be bad, but it's always gonna come full circle, and they're gonna learn, hopefully, from their mistakes. See what I'm saying? So this young girl, I mean, she was a victim. Like she said, she was a victim. She was taken advantage of, and pretty much anybody that sees this video or watches this video or has been in high school know that there was probably or know somebody that had this type of thing happen to them or has been in this story. Like, I know of guys that have been with girls that are probably weren't the most popular, and then when they're questioned about it, they deny it. You feel what I'm saying? Or girls doing things just because they don't have any popularity, or they have no friends, just to make themselves relevant. But it really doesn't do anything for them. Once they, I guess, try to prove themselves, it ends up backfiring in most cases. The guy or the girl don't end up wanting to do anything with them, or they're just pretty much their guinea pig to experiment on. They're never actually in the crowd. You see what I'm saying? And um, it's a very unfortunate situation for most of the people that end up in like these compromising positions or whatever, and feel as though that they have to act upon it, to be somebody, right? But I don't know. Get in the comments, let you know but I don't know. Get in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all down your eyes, cross your T's. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all in the next one.